It's pretty warm in here. You think it's pretty warm in here? It's pretty thick.
Calling meeting to order tonight.
So, Mr. Chairman, I need to make an addendum to the agenda and add a presentation from the board on good news.
If we get a motion to approve the added addendum by Vice Chair Daniel. Second. All in favor? Added to the good news section. Karen, did we break any laws there? Are we good? Okay, if you can stand and join us in the pledge, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Cheers.
All right, trustee Benyon for good news.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to have you go down front.
So moving on to,
You're not getting away that easy. So they didn't glue it on, so don't lose it.
I've never used one of those.
Well, they got a little spot with some roofing color or something on that. So on behalf of the Mountain Home School District, we'd like to present you with this, your guidance and direction as board chairman has strengthened the bond between the community and the schools. Thank you for your dedication, support of our students and staff. Eric Abrego, Mountain Home School District Board of Trustees, May 2015 to January 2025. Vice Chair, May 15 to July 16, Chairman from July 16 to January 2025. One town, one team. We also have a certificate of recognition. You signed a few of these yourself. So, certificate of recognition and appreciation to Eric Abrego for his dedication and support to our district's students and staff of Mountain Home School District number 193, 2015, 2025.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now you have a 3 to 5 minute speech.
I tell you, reading that plaque is kind of like reading the executive session.
The one that, now, the one, you know.
I don't know what that is. Oh, trustee Benyon, I never used it. Great. Well, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. All right. So at this point, we need to appoint,
No, I have to swear you all in first.
all right. All right, go for it.
Okay. You all stand and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do swear or affirm
I
and swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution and laws of the state of Idaho,
Constitution and laws of the state of Idaho.
and that I will faithfully discharge all the duties of the office of trustee
All the duties of the office of trustee
of Mountain Home School District number 193 in Elmore County, state of Idaho, according to the best of my ability. You're almost funny. If you please, sign your oath. Then I will step over.
All right. At this point, we need to appoint acting chairperson. That would be Sharon Whitman, if you take that role.
At this time, I'd like to open up nominations for chairman. Second. Any other nominations? At this time, I need a motion to close nominations. So. Nominations are closed. Rob, is the new chairman?
Thank you. Sit that right here. At this time, I'd like to open nominations for vice chairman of the board.
Second.
Are there any other nominations for vice chairman? Hearing none, I'll accept a motion to close the nominations for vice chairman.
So moved.
Congratulations. We have this time, I'd like to open nominations for clerk.
I would like to nominate Sharon.
Second.
Are there any other Sharon, you want to keep your job?
Oh, I suppose.
All right. Are there any other nominations for clerk? Hearing none, I will accept a motion to close the nominations.
So moved.
Second.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Election, we will open nominations for the election of deputy clerk at this time. Are there any nominations for deputy clerk?
I would nominate Levi. But who normally doesn't.
Second. You good with it, Levi? So are there any other nominations for deputy clerk? Hearing none, I'll accept the motion to close those nominations.
So moved. Second.
Congratulations, you're it. I will open nominations for election for treasurer at this time. Levi also normal. So are there any nominations for election for treasurer?
I would like to nominate Levi.
Second. Are there any other nominations for treasurer? Hearing none, I'll accept the motion to close.
Second.
Congratulations, you're it. Okay, moving on to reports. Mr. Gilbert.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, just one update. I received information on our design phase grant through PSMI. It is unfortunately right now delayed as we're going to have a site visit here at the beginning of January, but we're going to wait until Congress has approved a full appropriation for the year. So that'll delay things a little bit here. Hopefully that is not a big. So just wanted to give you an update on that. And then update, I know this is already part of the board agenda this month, but it appears the Stevenson electricity is fixed for the long term. I do want to just thank the installation for their help on being willing to help if that was not able to be resolved as quickly as it was. It was a very fast action, even looking at possibly moving the site of the school on the installation of community. So that was nice. And, you know, Robin's glad to have power back on the building. So That's all I have.
Anybody have questions for Dennis? I have one. So with this, with the PSMI, since they're waiting for an appropriation. And Congress loves to do what they do with CRs. If we don't get if we don't get an actual appropriation. And they just play the CR game through the end of the fiscal year. What does that do to our PSMI?
Yeah, I don't have an answer on that. My guess is if they continue with the continuing resolution, that's something that OLBCC is gonna have to decide on how they proceed with these, but. My understanding of this is the likelihood of having a full appropriation is more likely. It's just that it's, they're operating off the existing continuing resolution, so. That's certainly something I can reach out and ask.
So do any board of trustees have public engagement to report?
No.
No. No public input? Okay, it's this time I'll take a motion to approve the agenda and the addendums as presented. All in favor? Any against? Is there anything on the consent agenda anyone would like to have pulled out? Nothing, we'll take a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? No delegations, no unfinished business, new business. Establish a schedule for regular meetings, the third Tuesday of every month is what we normally meet. Do we want to deviate from that at all? Change it for this year? If not, I'll take a motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, ma'am.
do you want the time to change or stay, stay the same?
I think we do 6:30. They're good. 6:30 work with you guys still? All right. I'll take a motion to approve the third Tuesday of every month at 6:30.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's a three-way tie.
Just.
Yeah, they all.
All the session goes at the same time.
We'll say Connie made the motion and Fred seconded. There we go. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Moving on, designation of public posting locations. We have our normal three on here, the admin office, the school district website, and our school district Facebook page. Do we need to change any of those? We've used those same three for years, right?
Yes.
I make a motion that we approve the designation of public posting locations.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Motion passed. Proposed appointments for the year of 2025, Mr. Gilbert.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, in your board packet this month are the proposed appointments for the 2025 year. And there's no changes on any of these as I looked through with them. So again, these are just the folks that are in charge of these individual areas and then our records custodians for the district as well. So I would ask for your approval of the appointments for the year of 2025.
Anybody get questions? I'll take a motion to approve the proposed appointments for the year 2025. Proposed appointments of 2025. Second. All in favor? Anyone against? Areas of ISBA training, so is there any areas of their normal stuff that you guys would like to see for this year? I know one thing that I'm attending, and I would really recommend this year, especially with what the governor's doing and the Secretary Crutchfield is trying to do with the public money to private schools. With the ISBA's down the hill, we really need to show a force. These guys, so that this money, putting our tax money to private schools is a big issue. with the vouchers and what they're planning on trying to do with this. So talking to some of the senators, a couple of the senators last week, I don't think they really understand the rules are different between private and public. Some of the answers I got was, well, if the private schools are performing at this level, the public schools are performing at this level. Why do we need to make them change what they do? No, the private schools don't have to accept fees and IEPs, they take the fees who they want. But they don't have to follow Idaho standards, of course, they can do really what they want to do. So they need to understand what's going on in the public schools and why there is such a difference. And taking money from us to give it to private schools really is more of a detriment to public education. When you school them. And there's that. So,
So does this also relate to board training on site here in Mountain Home?
yes. If there's stuff that we want to see,
Yeah, I don't have any specific, but anything that keeps us updated on what is currently the most important training.
They usually provide insurance. We can train
Right.
us, but yeah, if we have a list of training, I think we can pick what we want to do, pick what we want to do, again, throughout the division. Like the governorship and 50 million and we bring all private schools to comply with sharing things that we have to apply with in order to keep track on that. So there's something going on there that equal, they're getting training on that. We need to see that.
currently that's the issue, they're not gonna hold the private schools to the same standard.
So, Mr. Chairman,
If we can get a list
yes,
of the training. We can.
so there's no action taken this time.
Not this time. We'll move on to approval of the calendars for the Mount Hope School District and Bennett Mountain.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, in the board packet this month is the first rendition of the calendar. I am confident this year that it's probably going to change. I think we've got, again, it pretty well mirrors what we did this year. There is a change in a couple of PD days at the beginning of the year that we need in there for our new ELA curriculum training. But other than that, most everything aligns to last year's calendar. So I would ask for your approval of the first rendition of the 25-26 academic calendars for the Mountain Home School District and for Bennett Mountain High School.
The only question I have is our spring break lines up with most of our schools in the colonies, correct?
Yes. What it doesn't do though, so that we should be pretty well aligned with the Great Basin. They typically try to align theirs around the College of Southern Idaho's spring break. But what it doesn't do is align with most of the Treasure Valley, and so there's some issues with baseball tournaments and those kind of things that are Treasure Valley tournaments. And so I don't think there's any right or wrong there for where you put that spring break.
This time I'll take a motion to approve the calendars for school district and for Bennett.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
On to emergency closure at Stevenson Elementary School for the power outage.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, we have resolution 2504, which is the emergency closure of Stevenson Elementary due to power outage. Again, this is an action that needs to be board approved so that we might turn this into the state department for reporting purposes as it was an act out of our hands. So I'm just going to quickly read it. Be it so resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Mountain Home School District number 193 takes the needs of safety and well-being of the district students in the highest regards. Did declare an emergency closure of Stevenson Elementary School on January 7th, 2025 to January 10th, 2025 due to a power outage authorized the 21st day of January 2025.
Can I make a motion to approve the resolution for emergency closure of Stevenson?
Some,
Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Moving on, Mr. Johnson. Authorization, approval of the ELA curriculum.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, thanks for your time. As I've been putting in our updates, our current ELA K through 6 journeys became end of life, no longer supported after this year. You can't get the consumables. And quite honestly, it was time for a change because the program had strengths, but it also had big gaps. So we've gone through this year with a ELA adoption review, evaluation, whatever you want to call it. Just finished it up in January. The process this time, we hired probably the most knowledgeable literacy person in Idaho to kind of guide us through it with a 23-page rubric so that we're actually getting into the evidence versus, hey, shiny new thing, which I kind of feel like we did the last time. And it didn't go exactly how we thought, but it's totally good. The recommendation from the committee is K through 4 is McGraw-Hill's Wonders, which is the #1 used ELA curriculum across the nation. Very strong program, kind of meet the weaknesses that we had. And that's what we went in with our data. And we're looking at the strongest suitors for that, along with many other components. And then 5 through 6 chose Amplify, which I was not very familiar with, very rigorous, really liked it. There's lots of reasons, and I can go into that if you want to. So it is a divide. The goofy thing is with the 3 curriculums that were considered comprehensive or approved by the state, 2 of them were K5, so you were gonna have something separate for 6th grade with 2 of them anyways. Talked to some other districts, said there's no issue with that. The K through 4, your foundational skills are consistent. And then you get into more writing and higher level thinking at 5, 6. So not as simple as last time where it was K through 6 was all journeys. Now we're K through, well, what I'm requesting is approval of K through 4 Wonders. And then 5 and 6 are Amplify, and they're 2 different programs. One's Amplify CKLA, one's Amplify ELA. So that's the committee's recommendation. Happy to answer questions, but I don't want to bore you with details.
Are you still waiting on quotes from both of them?
Yeah, well, so we're doing the back and forth negotiating of what do we actually need versus, hey, it'd be nice to, versus here's the core. I've talked to multiple districts. So when we adopted Journeys, it was $260,000. Everything's obviously gone up. Everybody has told me district our size, number of teachers, students, blah, blah, is going to be 350 to 400,000. Amplifies came back and it's right in that line. It's like $55,000 per grade level, but we haven't like weeded out some things. This is, I think, the Cadillac version, and now we got to figure it out. McGraw-Hill, I have not received their quote. I called today. He said he'd try to get it to me before the board meeting, and I didn't get it. So the good thing is we have the literacy funds, which will pay for K through 3. So it's not general fund money with that whole thing. So everybody I talk to is like, it doesn't matter what program you go with. You're basically going to pay $50,000 to $60,000 per grade level for all your resources. And then what we're talking about now is negotiating the professional development, which is one of the reasons, without a quote, kind of coming to you, because we need to get something approved, ordered. The goal is to have all the curriculum before the end of the school year so we can get it in teachers' hands. And then we have those May PD days and one of them calls it a launch. So they kind of do a brief overview of here's what it is. And then the schedule changes James was talking about, let's put an extra PD day at the beginning of the year so that we can train all staff on implementation. And then I've requested an October follow-up of, okay, I've used this for 6 months or 6 weeks. I got some questions. And so it's ongoing support and those are the things we're kind of working back and forth on, trying to leverage our buying power in a sense. So things will fluctuate, but I'm pretty confident $350,000 to $400,000 is the total.
How long is that license good for?
6 years is the Amplify. McGraw-Hill has a 7-year thing, so I've requested multiple different quotes so we can evaluate where the best deal is. 6 years has been fairly common in the last 10 years.
And that 400,000 for the two, for that full 6-7 year period?
Yep.
So to get what you need to start implementing by the end of the school year, it's a little bit of time since we can somewhat, I mean, well, I guess what I'm saying is we're potentially approving something without actual cost to it, although trusting you and doing the job. There's trust there, right? So
So there's,
I guess what I'm saying is, normally we wouldn't approve, right? But we probably need to step out and look for faith here if we need to.
yeah, it's not gonna come in more than that ballpark that I gave you. It doesn't have to be done. We're ahead of the ball game because the last time we did it, everything showed up in the summer and then got delivered to buildings and then the cleaning happened and we're not doing that again. And so I've told them all, both vendors, this is a priority. We have to have it in May. And so if we have to go to next year or next meeting and you have exact numbers, we can survive. The other thing I would like to point out, all 3 of our vendors or publishers, whatever you would like to call them, presented, and this is common sense. You adopt a new curriculum, there's a learning curve. And so James has been presenting on your literacy numbers. They said there's a dip as they get used to the new program. And it will probably be towards the end of next year, going into the following years when you start seeing the positive gains. And so I just want to throw that out, like, if the first 3 months, like, what have we purchased? Like, that's,
So you know it's gonna be between 350 and 4. Sharon, can we do a motion, we're saying that he's good up to 400,000?
No more than 400,000.
Yeah, you said no more than 40,000, but have that in there that it is, bring it back.
It would be legal. Would that work with your timeline and
Yeah.
negotiability?
Yep. So what I've asked for is the quote with professional development in there, and oftentimes they separate those out, but I just said, put it all in so there's no surprises. PD can be moved to Title II. So when I say $400,000, that's with everything. And we can remove it if like that number's like, sticker shock. And go to a different federal program.
Anybody else have a question? I will entertain a motion at this time to authorize the purchase of the ELA curriculum material.
I'll make the motion to purchase the ELA curriculum materials up to not to exceed 400,000.
Second.
All in favor? Anyone opposed?
Thank you for your time.
Mr. Chairman, you need an action to approve the actual curriculum as well.
Okay. So at this time, we'll take the motion to approve the ELA curriculum.
So moved.
All in favor? Now we're good?
Now you're good.
Now we're good. All right, so this time, we have to approve the letter of resignation that was provided to us in our packets from trustee Abrego. Say anything? What?
Bye.
I just want to say it's been, yeah, it's been an honor. It's been a good 10 years, 9 years as chairman. I appreciate trust that, you guys have put in me to do that, to take that position, and I appreciate the friendships that I have formed along the way. It's been good. It's been tough at times. I think we have a strong board, really strong board. I think it's, you know, 5 good individuals that, you know, respect each other, don't always agree, but there's always respect. And I think that makes for a good board. So I trust that, you know, whoever replaces me is just gonna keep on going like we're going. So it's been good. It's been fun. I'll miss some things. I'll miss, you know, obviously the activities that we could get to do in these roles, you know, with the kids, graduations, things like that. I'll miss that. I'll miss negotiations for sure. That's it. I might just show up to watch. Cheer people on, type thing. Boo some others maybe. No, it's been good. It's been, enjoyed the friendship James and I have developed. It's hasn't always been rosy, but it's been fruitful for sure. And very good. So, you know, just thank you for everybody for allowing me to lead.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir.
This time I'll entertain a motion to approve the letter of resignation.
I so move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on. To resolution 2505, declaration of vacated trustee zone position. Do I need to read something with this, Sharon?
It should be with that. If not, you can do this one. Who's asked me sign?
Oh, this is the.
That's right there.
Yeah. Okay, this one. That's the resolution. Resolution declaring trustee zone 5 vacancy. Whereas Erica Brago has been a member of the Board of Trustees of Mountain Home School District 193, having been sworn into office on January 21st, 2025, after having been duly elected November 7th, 2023, in accordance with the applicable laws of the state of Idaho, and whereas said trustee has resigned due to no longer meeting the residency requirements for Zone 5, and said resignation has been received and accepted by the Board of Trustees, and whereas pursuant to Section 33-504 Idaho Code, this Board of Trustees is required to declare a vacancy when the above stated condition exists. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of Mountain Home School District 193 hereby declares that at the end of the January 21, 2025 regular board meeting, Erica Brago no longer qualifies holding the office of trustee Zone 5 for the above stated reasons. Be it further resolved that a vacancy on the Board of Trustees is hereby declared for Zone 5, in which vacancy will be filled by appointment within 90 days. Only qualified candidates registered and residing in Zone 5 may apply to serve the remainder of Eric's term, which is December 31 of 2027. Applications will be accepted through Tuesday, March 4th, 2025 at 5 p.m. at the School District Administrative Building. Applications may be found on the school district website at applications and qualifications for vacated trustee position and at the District Administrative Building, 470 North 3rd East, Mountain Home, Idaho. Authorized this 21st day of January 2025. This time I'll take a motion to accept the resolution I just read.
I so move.
All in favor? Any against? Okay. Discussion and approval of vacated Zone 5 trustee position applications and appointment procedures. So, as we put in, the resolution. So, the notice of go out in the paper next week, correct?
Oh, yes.
Because it won't make this week's paper. The applications are online and they'll be, and they'll be able to come and see you for them, right? So that will be through, they'll need to be returned no later than the 4th of March by 5 p.m. At that. For that.
And Mr. Chairman, that's only if that's the route you want to go.
Yeah. I know, so at that, we would select our, hold a special board meeting on the 11th of March, if needed.
Have to address that, really?
Okay. To what? What's good for everybody?
Mr. Chairman, you could actually, appoint at the March regular board meeting.
Right,
That's still within the 90 days.
so,
Instead of holding a special meeting, you can appoint someone during the regular meeting in March.
but if we get multiple applications to do interviews in an open meeting,
Are you gonna do interviews or just look at applications?
We, I think we need to see how many applications are in there,
Okay.
make a decision which way we.
yeah, so I think March 4th will be the deciding factor on whether or not we need to do a special board meeting the following week. Because if we get, 3 or 4 applications, we're gonna wanna have a discussion with the people.
We can make it.
Yeah.
Check in.
We can address the date.
Yeah.
I just need to check in.
So we just,
So at that point, well, yeah, we still plan to appoint somebody at the March 4th meeting.
not the.
No,
No.
at the regular scheduled board, meeting,
Yes.
it'll be the appointment. So we need to make a motion on that.
Yes. And you can decide if the verbiage that you're using in there is good.
In the resolution,
Yeah, especially, well, more like the dates. If you go for dates,
Basically, you're talking about your application dates.
so the application date on the resolution is for March 4th.
and that's still good.
It's just what comes after that may change.
Make sure. We make to the resolution needed to,
So we already approved the resolution.
You're gonna make a motion,
We did.
yeah,
to approve the resolution.
We already did that.
Resolution.
We already approved the resolution.
yeah, the resolution, but, now you're gonna make a motion to have me post a notice for the application on the website.
Not gonna do that.
Right.
It's fun, isn't it?
That's why we keep her. She's kept us out of trouble for years. So I'll take a motion to what she said.
I'll make the motion to, accept the resolution that Sharon posts the notice to accept applications until March 4th.
Second.
Yeah, we have a motion with a second, all in favor? Executive session. Take the motion for us to go to executive session,
So moved. Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Roll call vote, please, Sharon.
Aye. For Rusty Fritz.
Aye.
Thank you, or Mr. Chairman, see, that's gonna take a while.
Aye.
Got it?
Aye.
Excellent.
Resolution to adjourn to executive session. Be it so resolved that the Board of Trustees, School District number 193 recess from an open meeting into the following executive sessions pursuant to Idaho Code Title 74, Chapter 2, Section 74-202, 3, 4, C, 6, and A. Open meeting, regular meeting, executive session, Section 74-204, C, 3. Open meeting, executive session 74-206, 1B. To consider the evaluation, dismissal, or disciplining of public school employee, Idaho Code Be it further resolved that following the executive session, the Board of Trustees will convene into public session for further business or adjournment of the meeting. If we're in executive session.